Hey Neopians, it's been a while, but it's still me, your biological Neopets grandfather. I've been kind of dormant recently because there hasn't really been a ton going on the site since the AMAs ended and the plot is on hold and the timeline is kind of on hold as well. But today I have some news. As of June 2025, I am a brand new member of the Community Ambassador program for Neopets as the Contests and Spotlights Ambassador. For me personally, as far as engagement with the site goes, I think Contests and Spotlights have some serious untapped potential that we haven't really focused on in a really long time. I personally spend a lot of my time on Neopets looking at other people's art, contributing my own art, reading the Neopian Times. It's kind of this evergreen site feature that never went away when we lost Flash games and things like that. I just think the creative community is really a pillar of Neopets and something that makes the site truly unique and iconic. Having these dedicated players that are just contributing art and editorial articles and engaging with the lore for the past 20 years in a way that you just don't see with other games. I applied to be an ambassador for the first time this year after seeing the effort that TNT was putting into the program. It really felt like they are trying to bridge that communication gap between staff and the player base. We all know that TNT is a really small team, so I think this program will hopefully just help take some of that workload of gathering feedback from the players, and then maybe they can focus on working on some of the improvements and some of the fixes, right? That's the hope. I personally applied this year because I thought, I love this site. I've been playing for almost 20 years. I have gathered a lot of knowledge over the years. And to me, more importantly than having my own knowledge and my own feedback to provide to TNT, I really do personally enjoy talking to as many players as I can about how they feel and what they want, which I think is even more important for the ambassador role. It's not really so much about what I want and what I personally think would make the site better. I mean, I'm gonna contribute those opinions when asked, because of course I am, but I am more interested in what the entire creative community has to say and what they want and what they've been thinking about. That's really the perspective I'm coming from. So I thought, since I am somebody who puts themselves on the internet in this way and genuinely enjoys talking to people about what they want on Neopets, I thought I would be a good fit as a community ambassador. So I'm assuming everyone's first question is going to be, what does a community ambassador do? The TLDR version is, we are a vehicle for feedback for TNT. We have a place where we can directly share your feedback with staff, and then every couple months we're supposed to have this actual sit-down meeting where we talk about things. I'm collecting as much feedback as I can from the player base, organizing it as best I can, and then bringing it to TNT for their consideration. I'm also pretty consistently going to have a board up on the Spotlights Neo board if you want to find me over there. I'm going to try to keep it on the front page as much as I can, and it's literally just a, hi, I'm here, the door is open, lay it on me. Like, that board is going to be active as much as I can keep it up. My Neo mails are also always open if you prefer to share your feedback more privately, you don't want to post on the boards. Neo mail me. And you can even find me on Discord if the Neo mail and board character limit starts to bother you. I'm Miss Grandpa on Discord. I am accepting DMs. And I'm in the Reddit Neopets Discord as well. So you'll be able to find me. Right now, as I record this, I think I've been an ambassador for like a week and a half. So I'm very much in the information gathering stage. I'm getting tons of feedback already about what changes players would like to see. Really well thought out, well researched player feedback, which is just so expected of the artists and the writers of the community, you know what I mean? And it's all kinds of feedback I'm taking, right? I want suggestions for better gameplay, I want bug reports, I want feedback from our veteran writers and artists, I want feedback from people who are entering the Spotlight contest for the first time, I want all of it. And speaking of the new artists and writers, as expected, many veteran members of the creative community on Neopets were quick to approach me and give me their feedback and show me their pet pages detailing all of the things that they have put together over the years of changes they would like to see. Super impressive, love to see it. But on top of that, I want to encourage some more newbies to reach out as well. If you're a person who hasn't ever entered a creative contest on Neopets, or it's not something you find approachable, I want to hear about that stuff too. Tell me what keeps you from entering the creative contests. What would compel you to submit your first entry or your second entry? What would help you kind of navigate the contest and spotlight space and make it feel like something you wanted to participate in? Because let me tell you, once you're in there, it's the best. So we've talked about me collecting all of your player feedback like a dragon, hoarding gold. The next step after that is to organize all of the feedback so I can present it to TNT in the most effective way that I can. So I'll give a specific example actually of what I've done so far. So already I've been getting tons of feedback about the creative contest prize pool. Basically, what I've heard so far is that the prize pool needs a refresh due to many of the items that are on the list also being included in the daily quest pool, and having those items in both prize pools just resulted in a mass deflation, making a ton of the contest prizes basically worthless. So I took that feedback, I made a nice, beautiful spreadsheet for TNT with all of the current prize pool prizes, which ones had completely tanked in price due to oversaturation, which ones were still very valuable and very sought after, and then a list of suggested prizes that the community has been feeding to me, and I passed it along to TNT. Now, I can't guarantee any results. This is as far as my influence goes. Once I pass it along, everything after that is up to staff. So I can't guarantee any change, but I can guarantee that I will always do my part of the process. I will be taking everything in, I'll be organizing it, making it beautiful, and presenting the case for why we need it to the best of my ability. With all that being said, please let me know your thoughts regarding the contests and spotlights. And even if you have some feedback for the other areas too, don't be shy. The first day when we had our onboarding meeting, they said, like, we know Gramps is also a very avid restocker and is very present in the restocking community, so they are expecting me to get feedback from other places, just because while I am very passionate about the contests and the creative endeavors on Neopets, I am also a very, very passionate restocker and very passionate about the Neopets economy, and they know that, so they're expecting me to get all kinds of feedback. So just bring it to me. I want it all. Thank you to everybody who has reached out so far. You would be amazed if you saw my spreadsheets that I've already put together just based on what people have brought to me in the first week and a half. It's been wild. And like I said earlier, so well researched, so thoughtful. Everybody who's reached out so far really, really wants the best for Neopets, and that has just been really encouraging and uplifting to see so far. It really is impressive how much work the player base puts into this site. If you think about the art gallery, the beauty contest, the Neopian Times, it's all just so impressive, and it just shows how much love for Neopets is still there. And I just, that makes me so happy. I'll put the link in the description of the video, but if you want to find out more about the ambassador team, who we are, what kind of roles we're in, and how to find us, there is a nice handy community ambassador program page on Neopets. So we scroll, and it shows us all of the ambassadors, what their role is. And if we click on somebody, it's going to give us a link to their user lookup, a link to their Neomail, and then a cute little bio that we all wrote to kind of introduce ourselves and put our good intentions out onto the site. So yeah, if you want to take a look at the community ambassador page, like I said, I'll put it in the description. But I think that's gonna do it for me, kiddos. This is the first video I've put out that was almost entirely just my face. So sorry for the jump scare, and I appreciate y'all a ton. Just a small update about my new role and kind of what you can expect of me. I really do want to gather and present as much feedback as I can. That's literally the gist of this entire video. Is I want to hear from you. I think what you have to say is super important, and I'm very good at taking large quantities of information and making it digestible. That is my special skill. It's the one thing I'm good at, so bring it to me. That's what I'm here to do. I hope to hear from you all soon. You're all still my very favorite. Goodbye.